All right. I know I said I'd be back in an hour, but sorry about that. Got kind of tied up with some things. The only thing I've done different up here is I've just added some different colored paints. My palette's a mess, but I know where they're at because I've used it on another painting. So let me show you just an idea what I'm talking about a mess. But so I got fresh paint out through the palette. I'll throw this one away and get me a new one out soon after I get finished with this painting and another one I'm working on. So I just got some different brushes. I was using this little brush earlier, and I thought we might work on this waterfall, the area right here, right quick. Give it about 15-minute video or something like that, or if I can kind of gauge that. I don't have a watch I'm looking at. Okay, so while I get my brushes, let's go ahead and get a. Let's see here. I'm gonna grab this little palette knife here and just mix some paint together. And while we do that, I'm going to just maybe tell you about, if you're new here, would you don't mind and you want to see more of these, me finish this painting, I'm going to work through it, do little videos each day, and we'll have some free giveaways coming up too. I've got that in works. I've got some canvas prints of some of my work that I'll have very soon, so I want you to keep, so if you will save my channel or my be notified whenever, hit the like button, subscribe, and you'll be able to I'll tell you details how to register to get opportunity to maybe win one of those throughout the holiday season here. Should have them here a few days before Christmas, so they're new. All I'm doing is just dragging that down through there. Now most of this is dry. There may be a few wet spots, but most of this is dry. So it usually takes about a day to dry. Now, what I want you to know is, see, this is more of a shadowy area. The light's probably back in here somewhere. So if this is brighter, I can always adjust this when it dries with a glaze, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. I'm excited about this little painting called Christmas Mushroom. Never done this. This is an adventure for me, but yeah, gotta get out and have adventure. You can't get out and do them. Maybe too cold outside. If you're in the winter parts right now, then grab canvas, paint you a picture, and you can paint the snow and be right. Not even have to worry about anything. I know that looks white, but it's actually a light pale blue. And I'm really interested in, I'm not really, the shade of it's okay, but I can change that like I was saying. And look, if you want to do a little mist or something, it's just barely painted. It's then the texture of this canvas is up here. And while I'm speaking of that, this is a 16 by 20 sheet out of a tablet, Frederick's tablet. It's Frederick's canvas, and I just mounted onto this. This is actually a watercolor easel, and it elevates if you sit on a table or something. But I've just got it up here and taped the corners with tape to the side of it and just paint on it. And if you don't want stretch canvas, you can just kind of roll them up when you get them, when they dry completely, put a varnish on them after a while, and then roll them up, and you can store them or ship them a lot easier than you can, if you sell them or ship them to family or whatever, you can, they're easier to deal with. You don't have to worry about getting holes in them through shipping or damage. You put them in a tube, and that's the way you do it. That's the way they did it years and years ago, is they would travel, old masters, they'd roll them up, I'm kind of old. I don't know if I'm a master or not. Okay, I got a little bit of turquoise in here. Let's cool it down a little bit. So I'm gonna take some of this turquoise blue color, cool this color, and make it more of a shadow color. And I hadn't used it much yet. So let's look right here. Oh yeah, it's kind of an aqua color. when I hit that light blue with it. Put a little more, make it a little darker. For those who may want me to make this, so I got light and dark splashes going on in there, but it drops off again right there. Water level's gonna be right here, so, but, see that? That cool? You can kind of wiggle it, pull it down, but. So if you've had one of those days today, like we have, most of us have at work, unfortunately I have to work, I don't get to paint all day, but maybe one day I will, bring you paintings all day long. And wouldn't that be nice? So, but we got to start somewhere, so if you will remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification button, then as you probably hear my dog running around the studio here. His paws hitting the ground. That's what that is. But see how easy you can put that in. Now, this dries, I paint layers and layers and layers, and tomorrow I'll show you a glimpse of a painting I'm almost finished with, and you'll see, I mean, I've worked on it for a few weeks, so, you know, it takes time to get something. Different people work at different paces, so. But see, I can make the water look like it's running down through there like that. And when this dries, you can just put different layers of swirls, and all I did was put some blue here, some phthalo turquoise by Winsor & Newton. Beautiful blue right here. Added some white, pulled some streaks across, but I wanted to have movement. And that's what I was looking at right here. See this like movement in there? And when I add some of this on top of it, look, it adds another layer of movement to capture what I'm trying to do. A little more depth. Put a little here, looks like the rocks have got something they're standing in. Let's put a little more turquoise. Yeah, my little friend, my dog, his name is Didymus. Don't he have a unique name? I didn't realize how unique it was till I go out somewhere with him. I can take him about everywhere. People say, that's a nice name, it's a unique name. I said, it is, I guess, you know, so, but I named him from the movie Labyrinth, the little fox in there named Didymus. And he is very stubborn little fox, and he is very valiant, and that reminds me of him, because he's so hyper a lot of times. He's 10 years old, but he's still like a very high little dog. See there? And the beautiful thing about this is, if we put something in we don't like, you can either just wipe it off while this canvas is dry underneath with a baby wipe or something like that, or just paper towel a little thinner, or just let it dry and put some other design on top of it. And a lot of times I'll just use what I have and build on top of it, because you'll see something different tomorrow. See how I'm breaking these up, but I'm keeping it kind of level. See how I've got my knife, I'm dragging it, but look, kind of doing a seesaw motion with that. Then come in with the liner brush, and any of this I want to darken further, all I have to do is take a little bit of glaze when this dries, put some of that undercoat, that phthalo turquoise over it with some of the Neo McGill for to tint it way down to glaze with, and it'll create a film, and then you can see right through it, but it'll make it just a little shadowy darker, like it's not so bright. It'll give that more illusion of the depth, and I love to do glazes. And we'll be doing some, I'll show you. But you'll have to tune in another time, because I'm not going to do any today, but we will be doing some. I think it's about time for me to let you go here. We're just starting back these videos. I'll have some of the longer videos coming up in a few days. We'll do some shorts through the week. Let's just see how this goes. But we can see the rock falls right there. We'll put a little water line to show where the, and you can just play with these. But all I'm using, I'm just scraping putting just a little bit of paint on that. And I'm just using the edge of the knife. And the water's gonna go through here. I hope you can see that my hand ain't in the way from the camera angle. I try to hold my hand down. But there's some rocks, dark spots. It's gonna be rocks right here. And the water's gonna go around through here. We're gonna create that illusion. It all takes time. I'm just kind of giving you an idea which way I'm going so you'll know. So you'll be prepared for it. Alright, look at that. Just scraping, look. It's a little more rapid, don't it, when I do that. Put a little more of that light color in that, on that dark blue. See there? You don't want to cover all of it up. See how pretty that shine is on top of that? So, you could put some stones or different things out in there. All that stuff. I do have, if you're interested in doing this little painting, let me know, send me a message. I got acrylic underneath here that I painted, like this is acrylic, and I'll send you or upload the sketch to it that I did with acrylic, like some of this stuff here. And you can do your own, okay? All right, let's see where we're at. We're at about 12 minutes. We got a few more minutes to play around with this thing. So let's go ahead and let me grab some of this color. Let's go back up here. See, that's a shadow, a good shadow. And I'll go back later and put some in here with this stuff. But we'll put maybe some mist. Let's just grab this color. And I'm just using a flat edge and just blend it. We'll put some mist, because it seems like it's more steamy and misty in the snow, don't it? The time of the year, cold. The heat from the ground coming up, catching that cold air. Scratch some. Had a little spot there I didn't like, so I just scratch it. Maybe we can split it off here if we want to. Sounds good to me. Let's try it. Let me grab some more of this blue right here. This light blue. This is made by Daler Rowney, and I think it's called Light Blue. Perfect name. I love it for shadows and thin or mixing paint to create shadows and stuff with it. It makes it more subtle if you're in the blue family for shadows. Let's see here. Yeah. And we'll just bring it down like that. And the knife puts off on the canvas what it wants. Look at there. Ta-da! Sometimes you just throw it up there and magic happens. Other times you have to work harder for it, but I guess that's fine too. But tonight, and practice, always helps. So don't forget to practice. Got a lot of exciting things we want to do, so let's just, good Lord lets us get all those things done. What do you think? So we'll come back and add more stuff in here and do that. Then I may continue to work just a little bit here on this thing, or I may wait till tomorrow, but I'm gonna have to sign off on this. I think it's looking pretty good. What do you think? All right. So remember, I'll see you tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, and just glad to see everybody and get back into doing some videos. I've been painting. I just wanted to start sharing more with you guys. All right. See you tomorrow night.